What is up, champs? Champion Trucker coming back at you with a new video. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. And all the new subscribers and concurrent that's been watching me for all these years, thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, I'm glad that I'm back on my YouTube grind, and I truly enjoy bringing videos to you like this. These are my deep thought videos within the trucking industry. They're not factual, and if you want factual videos, they'll be a part of the more truck driver talk series that I've been doing, and it brings facts, statistics, and everything like that. This is more of an anecdotal truck driver's experience. And I believe that a lot of older truck drivers that are watching this is going to be like, yeah, I can relate to what you say. But the biggest problem that we're facing is that truck drivers are old. The literal median age, I believe it's, don't quote me, this isn't statistics, is around 42 to 45 years old. That's the average age of a truck driver. And truck driving doesn't appeal to millennials or Gen Z. And I'm literally, I made it. I made it the cut because I'm a millennial at the end of the very end of millennial. So I don't consider myself Gen Z. I will take my millennial title and I will walk proudly because dear God, Gen Z. And if you're Gen Z, you're watching, you are part of the problem. So is millennials. So I ain't going to skirt around it because I don't see a lot of millennials nor Gen Z stepping up to the plate and taking the reins of the trucking industry. You have to understand that a lot of truck drivers are about to retire and they're going to be taking my Social Security. That's fine. You know, that's cool. You know, and then Gen X, they're going to be taking my 401k. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to work for the rest of my life? Hopefully self-driving trucks, which they already kind of rolled out in Texas. I hope that I can just be in the sleeper and then all I got to do is just chill there, because there is no way where you're just going to let a truck just drive by itself without, a pilot. A pilot still has autopilot, but a pilot's there. Anyway, truck driving is an equal opportunity, place. Recently, actually, I was talking to an adjuster, and I'll tell you why I was talking to an adjuster a while from now. I need the case to be closed and everything like that. But she mentioned that an uptick of women truck driver, she said women, female. I'm just going to say women truck drivers, had gotten into the industry when automatics became a thing. Now, my mom actually drove a manual before she even did automatics. So, I know that some of you super truckers are going to be like, yeah, because it's a lot easier. Yes, it is. It's a lot easier. I don't want to fiddle with the stick. Pause. Okay. I know some of y'all want to be fiddling with sticks and stuff. Okay. It's not like that. But yes, then it opened up a whole subsection of trucking for people to get into. And I don't mind if I had to go to a manual, I would learn how to do a manual, and I'd probably do like an 18 speed. That's not even a thing. Is it? Is it a thing? I heard that there was an 18 speed, but mine is a 12 speed. I know that. But the thing is that trucking is starting to get old. And by the time I'm 37, concurrently I'm 27, 10 years from now, boomers are going to be gone. They're going to be done. And they take up a significant portion of trucking. Gen X is going to be the next one. And they're going to take, like I said, the 401k. And I'll be like, okay, well, I try to diversify my funds into stocks and, all that. But that didn't work. And I'll be working till I'm 90. So what is the solution? I don't like to bring up a problem. I think that honestly, the solution that the government has found is open the gate, let everybody in. And so I do see a lot younger migrants coming to the scene. Now, I will be making my migrant video here soon, but I'm delaying it due to more research and things that I found out about it. But yes, it is the great replacement of the boomers, because they were kind of keeping America going. And we have millennials and Gen Z that don't want to work. They don't want to work purely because they can't afford a house, they can't afford a car, they can't afford a family. A lot of men can't even really get with women at this point because, you have to be 6'5" and making six figures, not even six figures. You got to be making seven figures. And you also have to be able to sing, dance, write poetry and everything like that. And also have a six pack, all these things. So this generation doesn't want to do the work. Now, I'm willing to do the work because I'm like, hey, you know what? I don't care if I don't got trucking, then I'm going to do something. I'm going to go wipe a toilet. I'm going to do whatever I can to survive. And that's just my mentality, because I got to the lowest of my lowest, right? And I realized that I'm ready to scrounge, do whatever I got to do to hit the top. But not a lot of people are even like me. Not a lot of truck drivers are willing to even do what I do, which is get in the truck, sleep in the truck, go home, work out, do what I got to do, make YouTube videos. I don't go home every day, right? I don't have an easy job. Nevertheless, some of y'all will look at my job and be like, I ain't doing that. If I got to manually take off the stuff, I ain't doing it. So there's subsections within trucking that, individuals don't want to do. So what are they going to do? Again, they will open the floodgates to who is willing to do the job. So as the boomers leave, migrants will come, and those jobs that you didn't want to do will be taken up. It's already happening. So a lot of you guys want to rebuttal a lot of the things that I say, but then when it's too late, then you're going to be like, well, you see, and it's funny because some of you truck drivers were upset that automatics ain't gonna be a thing. I've seen truck drivers say that, and then automatics are pretty much primarily used. Yes, there's manuals. Yes, you're probably an owner operator, you use a manual. Maybe your company has manuals, but a great significant portion of the fleets made up today by mega carriers are automatic. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. Let's not pretend. Let's not go ahead and play games. If you're a truck driver, stop playing games right now. Okay, change is on the horizon, and this idea of how trucking content should be done, some of y'all are probably like, oh, you're not a real truck driver, you're not making a video within your truck. I don't need to be in my truck to make a video to prove that I'm a truck driver. You can already go to my past. I've already laid down significant details of my progress becoming a truck driver. I go into the truck literally on Monday, and I got to deliver in West Virginia. Okay, so I don't care what you got to say, I am a truck driver. Now, those out there that want a better solution, let me tell you what you should do. The reason why I'm in truck driving is because somebody told me about it, right? And so I decided to go down that course. Now, I told my cousin, who was interested at the time, that CDL Keiko, he was like, okay, the ins and outs, wanting to know and everything like that, and took it upon himself to get his CDL and get into the truck. Now, that is on his own volition. I didn't force him. I didn't pressure him. I told him the positive, the negatives to trucking. And it was his choice. Some of you guys have young men or even some young women that are around you, or if you're a woman or a man and you're in this industry, let them know that this is a possibility. A lot of us, we all thought we had to be lawyers, that we had to be doctors, that we had to do this, and this, but colleges are going bankrupt, right? We have too many people that are getting a line of credit through student loans, hoping that they get, that debt taken off and everything like that. And the funniest thing is that you have this misconception where blue collar workers, yes, they get paid, more upfront, and somebody's going through school. At this point, it does not matter unless you go for the top echelon jobs. You might catch up, because if somebody does the blue collar job, they get the money right away while you're paying and getting into debt. That guy or gal is just racking up, and maybe they're putting it into stock. Maybe they're building their own side business, their own side hustle. They're creating a YouTube channel. They're a social media personality. By the time you try to get close, they probably already far surpass you if they have the mindset like a lot of other truck drivers here on the YouTube space do. So this is a thing. Get your family members, friends into this field if they want to take on the challenge. Now, it's a dangerous field, and recently I actually had a situation that kind of made me scared. And I was like, man, I love truck driving, but it comes with some risk. And so this new generation, yes, it is softer due to the fact that the world is softer. We don't have to be tough. We don't have to worry about war. We don't have to worry about a lot of stuff. We have such a cushion life that looking at truck driving is like, I'd rather not do it. It's not even seen as a necessity anymore. A lot of people think that blue collar work, working construction, working on landscape, working in trucking is not necessary, when actually it is one of the most necessary jobs, just like a doctor, a real doctor. I'm not talking about the doctors that pawn off their jobs to their nurses, and really the nurses like the doctor. It's kind of confusing. But the only way that we fix what's going on is to introduce this generation to hard work. I was raised with a dad who literally had us outside, and I didn't want to do it. But he had us outside picking up wood, doing all this stuff, fixing cars, watching them do this. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to watch him do all the blue collar stuff. And he's an engineer. And I was just like, I don't want to do that. I want to go play. But I had to sit there and I watched and I realized how important all of these things are. We have dudes. I literally saw 5 guys try to take off one tire on an elevated space. I was just like, dude, 5 dudes to take off one tire. That should not be the thing. Now, it takes me approximately, determining on the vehicle, about 20 minutes or less to take off one tire. So the problem is that we live in too comfortable of a time, and we need more men or women out there that are doing the tough jobs to be like, hey, this is a tough job. It's not to be glorified. It's not something where you just go out here and be like, oh, I'm gonna get rich. You can't get rich. That's the thing. You can't get rich off these jobs. It's just the mentality of how you go in. Once you start collecting debt, it's over. You got into the rat race. I'm trying to get out of it, but it's gonna take time. Some of you guys can stop complaining about millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, whatever you want to complain about. It does nothing. Come up with solutions. That's what I'm doing. I'm broadcasting myself out here just like my last video. Some of you guys got on there and said, oh, wow, you're talking about investments and getting down debt. This is preventative maintenance. I'm going to get onto it about the collapse of trucking. I'm going to get onto it and kind of bring up what all these comments said. But some of you guys don't understand what preventative maintenance is. When DOT says, hey, you got to do a yearly inspection, some of y'all just bypass that and say, hey, I'm going to play it by ear. Listen, before the crash comes, you want to be up and up. Right now, the crash hasn't hit. You don't know when it will hit. So the last thing I can do is just say, you know what? Hey, I'd rather go ahead and not pay my credit card bill. And then, 2 years later, when the crash actually hits, your credit's shot. You can't do anything. And then all of a sudden you're like, well, I don't think I should invest because it's too hard. It's not hard. But you know what? Ignorance begets ignorance. So just do whatever you want. Do you and live the life that you want to live. And when you're sitting here empty-handed, don't come to me. Don't come to anybody that try to help you for the free, because you literally have all the answers. It's funny how some of y'all are older than me and act so dang gunny young. Absolutely young in the comments. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will catch all of you in the next one. Peace.